How would you say her name? McConaughey?
Oh, I guess. I thought you knew her.
That's her married name. I knew her 20 years ago in high school.
Is it McConaughey? Like Matthew McConaughey?
I don't know. I go, getting ready for you, 15 minutes or so. Cool? She goes, you ain't ever going to be ready for me. So, I evidently, yeah, she's coming
in hot.
She's coming out the gate hot, ready to fight. So,
Hey, everybody. This is Carlos and Sandy Lee, and you're listening to the Off Your Flosser podcast. We're here to rock your world.
thanks for listening, everybody. And go floss yourselves.
Thanks, everybody. Now go floss yourself. What's up? Episode 19. Here we are. Carlos and Sandy Lee. Hi, Carlos.
What's up? I can't believe it's the end of the month already.
Oh, I know. And February is a short month, and hell, it's March at the end of the week. And daylight savings time.
Is that this weekend?
Forward. No. March 10th. I mean, it's going to be here in a minute.
Yeah. I never know when that is till like the day of.
Oh, I'll randomly ask like Alexa or Siri. I'll be like, when's daylight savings time? And it'll end up being like next week or something. I was like, are you freaking kidding me?
Do you know?
How does that happen?
If we're going on daylight savings time or we're coming off of daylight savings time?
We're going on daylight savings times because in the fall, daylight savings time ends. And you spring forward, fall back, and all that.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
I researched this.
I still don't know why, but, whatever. No one's farming anymore.
That is true. I mean, not many.
I want to say a couple years ago, I might be completely off, but there was a thing I read. I just remember like random facts that have nothing to do with anything else. Yeah. And I think that was the first time that the population of the world had gone to more living in cities than in living in rural areas.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean that shift has been a long time coming, but I mean it happened fairly recently. And again, it may have happened in the 70s. I don't know. But I want to say that I read that maybe a year or two ago. So
it was like yesterday to you, right?
Yeah, I'm just Mr. Random information here.
Well, I'm a country girl, that's for sure. Like when I graduated hygiene school, I wanted to be like in a not so big town, but a town that had like a Walmart, a Target, gas stations, pharmacy, all that stuff. And John was like, no, I want to live like in the country or whatever. And I was like, all right. And then this house that we live in now was actually owned by a friend of mine. And he wanted somebody in the house over the winter because of the pipes freezing and stuff like that. And he was military. He got stationed somewhere else.
Sure.
So I was like, okay, yeah. He was like, live here rent free. And I was like, hell yeah. While we were looking for a house. So we got here, settled in, finally started a job to where, we could afford it. And I was like, okay, I kind of like this. It's nice, quiet living. We've got, 3.5 acres. We can go for a ride on a 4-wheeler. We can go for a walk, take the dogs out. So I really like country living.
I wish I had more room.
Yeah.
But everything's just so fast paced that I need to be in the city.
Some people are just weird like that and like that city life.
I don't want to be downtown.
Oh, yeah, like living in a loft.
I couldn't live in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I live in the suburbs, but still, it's close enough. It's close enough. Anyway, you know what else is close enough? F5.
F5. That is a miss.
And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, we've been playing this stupid game of, what is this, Battleship?
You sound my Battleship.
for about a month and a half now.
Yes, we have. The hits that I have, did I sink that last ship?
I think so.
Okay, so let's go G9. Let me get my little piece ready. I'm going to get the white one because it's probably a miss. G9.
Yeah, miss.
Dang it.
Straight up.
Making you sweat, though, I bet.
Straight up miss.
Check this out. And it kind of pertains to the ships that we're talking about, the battleship. But, so I was listening to the radio this morning, and they were talking about how this one guy instead of going into a assisted living facility, he went to
Mm-hmm.
Holiday Inn. So they were trying to break down prices and stuff like that. And apparently, this is what they said. So I didn't follow up with it, but they said it was about 180 bucks a day in an assisted living facility, which came
Okay.
out to like a little over $5,000 a month.
Was it a
or
Holiday
something.
Inn Express or just a regular Holiday Inn?
He didn't act like he was super above and beyond smart, so it was probably a regular Holiday Inn. But then again, he came up with this idea, so maybe it was a Holiday Inn Express.
And I think it had to be. So how much was he paying at the Holiday Inn?
They said it was $60 a night.
That's
So if you
nothing.
think about that, it's nothing. It's a third of what it would cost. But guess what?
It's 3
You
to
have
1.
continental breakfast, so you get
Boom.
part of your food. You
And
have
then
house cleaning service.
what you do is
Right?
you snatch a couple yogurts and some bananas,
Yeah, and
stockpile them
then
in the
there's
room.
meal number 2.
Boom.
They like make your bed. Like, can you imagine never having to make your bed again in your life? Not just when companies like coming over real quick.
I never thought about it, but I guess
And get free shampoo and toiletries, right?
cable,
Cable,
Wi-Fi.
internet. Like, I think he's onto something. So then they started talking about there's some people that do something similar, but on cruise ship. They were saying
I've
these
heard
old
of that.
people. Have you? Okay, so all these
Now,
old
I don't know
people.
if it's true or not, but
I don't know
like
either.
everything else I read, you know what I mean?
These old people on these cruise ships. I'm sitting here going, okay, so yeah, because you're spending about $5,000 a month, and that's without food. I mean, I don't know if like cable and internet and all that's included, but still, and
What,
I'm not
on the
talking like.
cruise?
Well, so it would be the same thing on the cruise because they come in and make your bed. Now, yeah, on the cruise you've got food and all that stuff, so it's like your life is made. I mean, if you're good
Food
with
ain't
that.
the word.
I would do it just for the food. So
Food
the
ain't the word.
24/7 smorgasbord.
One of my favorite comedians, Theo Vaughn, he goes that he likes cruising because he likes endless pineapple chunks in the morning.
Oh my gosh,
That's a very
those are good, though.
specific. That's a very specific, food item.
Oh my gosh, the food was really good on the Smiles
It's
at Sea
too good.
cruise.
I mean, there's just so much food. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Right. It reminds me of Wall-E, the movie, the animated Disney movie Wall-E, where everybody's like scooting around on their hover chairs and the screen's
with a
right in their
screen.
face.
Yeah.
Yes, and they're all overweight and they can't like stand up because their bone density is decreased because the anti-gravity, all that funny stuff. But yeah, like their lives revolved around food and drink and all that stuff, and that's basically it was a giant cruise ship.
Well, let me ask you this: people must die on these
On
things.
cruises? Oh, I would think so.
Out of 4,000 people, one of them's got to drop.
Right, somebody's having a heart attack
I'm just saying.
or an aneurysm.
I've been on a couple of these things. I've never seen anybody die though.
Neither have I. I've been on one, and to my knowledge, no one died.
But I tell you what, I did step on the balcony. We had a balcony in our room,
Yeah,
and it felt like we were 90 feet above the water.
yeah.
And we were booking. And if you fall
yeah.
in that, dude, it is over. I don't care if you're part seal. You're getting
Right.
sucked under, and it's a wrap for you. You know what I mean?
You might as well just kiss your ass goodbye.
Oh my god! And I was like, this
It
is
was-
kind of scary sitting out here. You know what I mean? But anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, some
I
people must
really
die.
like the. Well, yeah, they have to. I mean, it just has to happen.
Just the odds.
So they
maybe like every third or fourth trip, somebody's got to go. you know?
Sure.
I don't know why
So
I'm
I
obsessed
bet
with
you-
that, but
I bet you they have a system for all that. I guarantee you they have a protocol
they
for
got
all that.
to.
They probably have a freezer just for bodies. Just saying,
Maybe-
like
Just slip them into one of those lifeboats. Those things don't get used anyway.
maybe.
Just full of
just have
ice,
it sitting
man.
there. Yeah. Oh my
You
gosh.
know?
You don't want it in the freezer next to your beef that they're gonna cook for
Next to my
your
shrimp?
meal
No,
next-
not at all. Not at all. That's a morbid thought, but I guess they got to
Yeah.
have a system for that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. It's just one of those things.
Hmm.
I bet you in the day they used to just throw people overboard.
Oh my God.
Not cruise ships, but like wooden pirate ships and stuff.
Oh, they just chum for sharks or something?
Yeah, be like, see you, Ted. Sorry you had to go.
Walk the plank.
Suddenly.
Was that a real thing? I gotta look that up. Anyway,
I don't know.
Get here?
We were talking about the old people on the ships.
Old people staying. Okay.
Right. But think about it. So $5,000 a month. I don't know. I don't think it makes sense for cruises. Like a 7-day cruise, you would think would be about $5,000, right?
But the thing is, they park and you got to get off. Don't they got to clean and
So
turn things over?
They get out. They what's the disembarked.
Right.
And then there's the Valor. Let's hop on that one because here we are. And then maybe they just get off one and right to the other. Or...
And they rebark?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know.
Is that the technical term? Embark.
We're
Embark
running
and disembark, right?
Interesting. I don't know, man. It's such chaos and mayhem when you get off the boat and then getting out and you got those lines or whatever. But it's a thing.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
We made sure to only bring the bag that like the carry-on type thing, so we didn't have to wait for bags after we got off.
Yeah. No, I never do that. I can't.
I don't even do that flying.
I'm flying tomorrow.
Yeah.
Go to Arizona. Yeah. No, not yet.
I'm a last minute packer too.
I'm more efficient under stress. But yeah, I never check anything in if I can avoid it.
Ugh. Yeah. Yuck. Like when I get home, when I get home from a trip, I want to get off the plane and go straight to ground transportation and get the hell out of there. Yeah. I don't want to, wait for my bag or whatever. No.
Well, the airport in Atlanta is like you land and you got at least another 40 minutes before you can.
Oh, right. Because all of your trains and terminals and all that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think there's a plane to get from one terminal to the other inside the airport.
Right.
That's how big it is.
And you got to wait in line for that one too. So tonight we've got an interview, which is awesome. I like doing the interviews. Do you?
Yeah, because you meet. I don't want to say you meet, but you get to interact with different people that you don't normally get a chance to sit down and talk to. This young lady is a classmate of mine. We graduated from Montgomery County Community College back in the 90s. And my son was born the year, in the fall after I graduated. So
nice.
Yeah, it was a good year. It was a busy year, a lot of fun, and real busy and a little stressful, with the baby and graduation and work and this and moving and so it was a busy year. But I hadn't run into anybody from school.
That's weird.
In forever because I moved away.
Oh well, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Then that's not weird.
So I moved, to Jersey, like 6 months afterwards, and then back to Pennsylvania, but a different part of the state. And we've been in Atlanta almost 20 years this Christmas. Remember Y2K?
Oh.
Remember that nonsense? We moved down here right before that.
It's the end of the world. Here's your Kool-Aid. Make sure you drink that.
So I'm going to tell the story on how we reconnected,
awesome.
Right?
Yeah, let's do it. Last
summer, I go to RDH Under One Roof, and I'm hanging out with Elijah and his crew, right? The Smiles at Sea people. Check them out, smilesatsea.com. We're at like a meet and greet event. So I'm talking to somebody, and I go to this lady. I go, that looks like somebody I went to hygiene school with. And she goes, what was your name? And I go, Christa. So the lady yells, Christa. And she turns around, and she's looking at us. She goes, hey, it's Carlos. And Krista's looking at me like,
a blank stare.
I didn't order anything to eat. I'm totally good,
I can't eat Mexican.
And I'm looking at her. I'm like, and I'm pointing to my face. I'm like, Carlos Rodriguez. And she's like, no, senor, I got nothing.
Like, and, are you here for my luggage?
And then I go, we went to hygiene school together. And then she was like, oh my God, And then we just caught up and hung out, whatever. But she's got a fantastic story that's a little emotional. And she's going to tell us a little bit about what she's been through. I think
we can get a little serious. here.
Yeah,
once in a while.
I mean, you know, it was just weird, a little serendipitous how you kind of run into somebody who you haven't seen in forever, and it felt like we were, you know, I mean, she was a kid. She was like 18, 19 years old when we were in high school.
Yeah.
And she's still the same, but just different, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody changes and evolves, and you know, most of us get better, hopefully. You know, some people get worse, but
some of us peaked in high school.
Yeah,
it's all downhill from there.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting on mine. But she's
like
got,
my 60s are gonna be my years. Yeah,
dude, this is it. Yeah, I know, right? 59. Here we go.
Woo! Party time.
Yeah. So, if you're ready, we can get her on the phone.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, cool. All right, everybody, hang out.
Carlos, the dead body in the trunk. They caught me. So I think I'm going away for a while. So I'm sure we could still do a podcast from jail. No, prison. I can't believe you put that in there. That was hilarious. Oh my gosh. Carlos named the group Hi. Hello.
All right, here we go. So, Christa.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good.
All right. Oh my God, we're no one's ever gonna be back on the show. Every guest, it's a nightmare, and I don't know why. But
we have a lot of first interviews, but not second for some reason.
So thanks so much for putting up with these last 7 minutes of insanity.
Absolutely.
How have you been?
I've been great.
And you guys just met just now.
Yes, we did.
You and Sandy. Okay. And I was telling her about how we re-met last summer at RDH Under One Roof, where
it was wild.
Yeah, where you didn't recognize me at first, and I was like how many male hygienists can it be named Carlos Rodriguez? You know. But once it clicked, it was like, oh my God, you know what I mean? It was just, it was very, very cool.
The whole world opened up all of a sudden.
Very, very cool. And so I was telling Sandy that you had been through some stuff, and you had an amazing story. And
I've been through a lot of stuff.
And I'm just going to give you the floor and just, you know, let you talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Whatever you want to talk about?
Oh, and just real quick, you can do whatever you want.
How much time do I have?
We call it 20-minute interviews, but it's kind of like a loose suggestion, you know. So if you want to go 30, go 30, whatever you want.
Yeah, it's called TMI, 20-minute interview.
And then
beautiful.
It builds up to a crescendo where Sandy comes at you with about 10 questions of just random stuff, and it's
a speed round.
You just spit it out. You don't even think about what the answer. Nothing heavy, but it's just
very
fun. It's something we do here at OIF.
It's fun.
Well, that's what I'm in for. That's what I want. I want to have fun. I believe that every single working day that you have should at least be 25% fun.
Oh.
I like that ratio. I'm more of a 50% person, but
I would love 90%.
Serious. Sometimes.
What's that?
Sometimes you got to be serious.
Yeah, but 50% of it.
50% would be great, but I want to make sure I get my work done too.
Yeah. Okay.
For sure.
So Carlos was telling me that you have an extraordinary story. So why don't we start with that? If you want to tell us your story, a little bit about yourself, that sort of thing.
Well, I don't think it's extraordinary. I think that you're given things in life, and you kind of have to roll with them.
Yes.
You can't dwell on the negative. But I had a wonderful dental hygiene career for years, and it was a long time, and I miss it terribly. Unfortunately, a few years back, I was diagnosed with a benign, thank goodness, brain tumor, and in its removal, my third nerve, the one that controls the ocular motor nerve of the left eye, was severed. So unfortunately, I can't open my left eye.
Okay.
So I can't do clinical dental hygiene anymore because my depth perception.
Right. Yeah. That'll mess that up. Yeah.
Yeah. I really don't think there's many dentists out there who would, say, hey, come on in. Like, let me hire you. You're not a liability.
Not at all.
No, not at all. But I kind of see it as a positive because, A, I spend less money on mascara. A. Okay, I'm saving money there.
You know.
B, it really did open up my other eye to what else is out there. You know what? You got to make fun of it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have
If you
to.
don't laugh, you cry, and then you lose it.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
absolutely. But it did open up my other eye to all the possibilities that we have as dental professionals.
oh, absolutely.
I'm so glad I went back to O'Hare University a couple years ago because I felt like I needed to get out of that stale rut
Yeah.
Sure.
that I was in. I needed to meet other people. And with that, I've met some amazing people. And with that degree, it's helped me get the position that I'm in now, which is teaching at a dental assisting school.
Oh, okay.
So I'm now
Fantastic.
using what I have learned and in the whole dental profession and in my career I'm now working through the hands of other people. So I
Right.
have the potential of not just reaching my 8 patients I would see in an operatory a day,
Right.
but if I have 20 students times 8, I have
Right.
the potential
Hundreds.
to reach 160 people
Right.
plus a day. So I see it as a positive.
Yeah, that's definitely the
Shaping
positive
minds.
spin. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind I'm not going to say that it happened overnight that
Right.
I came to this. I mean, yes,
Yes.
I've had my breakdowns, which my sister always calls breakthroughs. But you kind of need that. You need to break down and say, okay, let's regroup.
Right.
What are we going to do?
Yeah.
Right.
You can't
'Cause
just
when you're
lay
at the-
down and not do anything. You gotta
Right.
keep moving, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you're at the bottom, the only place to look is up, right?
Absolutely. But I never felt like I was at the bottom. I always felt
Yeah.
like there were hands helping me up. I mean, I still do some webinars for Perio Protect
hmm
and helping people control their periodontal disease with a medical device.
Right.
So I still have the potential to save lives
Sure.
in dentistry.
Absolutely.
Again, like I said before, through the hands of others. So I feel like I have my eyes closed, but I have a bigger voice now than I did before.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's-
You,
My
you
mouth
don't
is
know
big.
what.
My eyes shut, but my mouth is bigger.
Well, they do
Yeah.
say the senses, take over, but.
Right.
So.
Really.
Which is a direct contrast to where she was when we were in hygiene school
Oh.
together. She
Oh,
was. I
what's
think
this?
she was the youngest one, right?
I was
Oh, wow.
Baby, 18, 19, I think, right?
I was just 19.
And,
Yeah.
Wow.
and super quiet, never, kept to herself,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And but yeah, but I guess life takes it through ups and downs because the downs are coming.
Mhm.
So you got to try to
Oh,
make
yeah.
as many ups as you can. I'm a firm believer in that. It's either laugh or cry, dude, and I choose to
Right.
laugh. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
And it is a choice, right?
I think so. I mean,
I
you
do.
can choose. I mean, we've all had challenges. Sandy's had hers.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their challenges. So, you can choose to let it break you, or you can choose to, judo it and learn from it and move on.
Judo chop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
And grow and get better and stronger. So I think it's fun because we've had different guests, on, but we talked several months ago, and I'm like, Christa, I'm gonna get you, So I'm just glad you were able to make it. So I appreciate you
Oh,
coming on.
absolutely.
And-
I'd make time for you.
And say your name again for me because I know I totally ruined it.
Well,
Me and
I
Sandy
still
were.
I still use my maiden name, so but I do have my married name. I'm going to keep them for a while, so I'm going to keep that too. But it's Christa McConaghy.
McConaghy.
Okay.
Oh, we thought
Way
McConaughey,
off.
and like you were married to Matthew, and like you were gonna hook us up with autographs and stuff. But
Matthew is my brother-in-law. It's just not the Matthew.
oh, seriously.
Yeah.
So
He's
Close, close, but no cigar. Interesting.
So, Christa, I'm not sure how you feel about sharing these parts of your stories, but what I'm curious about is how, can you take us through the initial diagnosis, how you felt, what are the things that went through your mind? Because, I'm an ovarian cancer survivor, so when they told me that it was 50-50, it was cancer, I started getting a will together. I mean, I was just devastated. Like, my brain was not, like, thinking rationally, that sort of thing. So where were you mentally, like, with all this in the very beginning?
Well, the very beginning was back in 2004. I was having some signs and symptoms, and we don't have to go into there, of something, so I've got a hormonal problem. And we did an MRI, and we wanted to check the pituitary gland.
Right.
And everything was fine, but they did find a mass. So, of course, they tell me on a Friday, you can't get into the doctor till Monday.
Yes.
So Krispy Kreme opened up right around the corner, and everybody brought me Krispy Kremes, and I think I lost like 5-10 pounds that weekend eating Krispy Kremes. So it's a Krispy Kreme diet,
Hey.
because of the nerves.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
First doctor said, I don't know what it is, we got to go in,
Wow.
which is scary.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Second doctor said, you know what, I'm not really sure, but it looks like you've always had it.
Huh.
Which was kind of strange.
Right.
So, of course, I have to get a third opinion.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the
Yeah.
second and thirds, they were down at like teaching hospitals in Center City, Philadelphia, and he said the same thing. So we monitored it for years, and I got an MRI like every year and a half,
Oh, okay.
2 years, and then all of a sudden things were getting really strange.
Yeah.
Back about a year and a half ago, I started getting some headaches that I thought were associated with dental issues that I was having.
Okay.
Occlusion.
Okay.
And then I get these little waves. They were kind of like, you're dizzy. No, you're not. Kind of waves. And then eventually it accumulated to a massive migraine that was on and off for 10 days. Why 10 days? Because I'm in denial. Just like everybody else is when they have something like that.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's natural. Yeah.
So eventually I went to the hospital, and they did an MRI, and the hospital was a mess, but we don't have to get into that. The outcome would have been the same.
Yeah.
Then my eye started to droop.
Hmm.
And it wasn't the hospital that diagnosed the issue of the third nerve being affected. It was actually my eye doctor when I saw him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the hospital was like, oh, I don't know why your eye's drooping. Maybe you should see an eye doctor. I'm like, wait a minute, it's connected to my eye. But, things happen. But I finally did see my neurosurgeon, and he said, we could probably do it. It's probably a good idea to do it now while you still have great healing potential because you're quote unquote young. So that's kind of how it started. But after don't think that I'm a strange person, and you probably will. You probably do already. But when they did the
you don't know us very well.
Oh. Right, we're all strange. Yeah. What are you talking about?
That's the name of the game here at OIF.
But when they did the biopsy, they found embryonic cells. So I kind of say I was pregnant with my sister in my head.
Oh wow!
I had like fallopian tubes and stuff. Like, okay.
They say that happens.
Yeah. So it's like I had a C-section. Her name's Petunia, and so that's kind of how it went.
Yeah, that's
wow.
I can't imagine. Like, so I know that when I was going through what I was going through, but I know everybody deals with this this sort of thing differently. So thank you for sharing. I think it's interesting to hear other people's stories and what they've been through.
Well, the recent diagnosis, after the migraine and everything, I wasn't shocked because I already knew I had it. So
right,
I had already gone through the shock part.
Right.
13 years earlier.
So you're ready, like, okay, so what do we do now? Let's make moves. Let's make
right. Yeah.
13 good years out of it.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Where's the school that you teach at?
It's Fortis Institute over in Lawrenceville, New Jersey.
I've heard of Fortis. Is it a national?
I don't know if it's more like Northeast, maybe.
Oh, maybe I'm making stuff up again.
Nah, I don't think so.
We've been known to do that.
Yeah,
the name does sound familiar, but
so I think our school.
No, say again. I'm sorry.
I said I think our school is number one, so I only worry about my school.
Well,
right.
There you go.
There is no other
Why
school
bother?
there, Carlos.
No.
Yeah.
There's no other school.
Why bother?
Yeah, but I am getting over my fear of talking in front of people now.
Oh, that's good.
First 2 people, and now I'd have 17.
Oh, good. Yeah.
You
Yeah, that's
you
awesome.
like it? Did you started already?
Yeah, I started already. This is my third mod. So we do 6-week classes. So I'm like 14 weeks in.
Are you are you in the rhythm? You getting the swing of it?
There's a lot of strong personalities in my class.
Oh, okay.
What, in the dental field? No.
What?
Oh, I know.
That's
So
hilarious.
we're working stuff out, and of course I'm teaching the boring stuff like infection control and
Ugh, like how to
history
wash
of
your hands.
Yeah.
cleaning.
How to not
Oh,
kill
yeah, we did a
people,
whole
you know?
did a whole clinic on washing our
Yeah.
hands.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah.
Have you been to the school, Montgomery County?
Oh gosh, maybe 5 years ago.
Did it look the same?
Yeah, then it did, but I believe they have a whole new facility now in
Huh.
a
Oh.
different building. Like you don't even have to walk up that hill. You know that hill?
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
by the
no, I
time you
remember
get
the
to
hill.
top, you're like,
I think every school has a hill.
Dude,
Oh my gosh.
I almost died walking up that hill once. The
Oh my
the
gosh.
paved part. I can't believe I'm telling this story. I haven't thought about this in 20 years. The paved part has got to be 8-9 inches taller than the grass. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
one day I'm walking up and I got scrubs on a hanger and I got a book bag over my left shoulder, and I'm walking up, and I walk off the thing. So I'm one foot's in the grass, and the left foot's on the pavement. And
my gosh.
and I was a lot younger, a lot more agile, and I couldn't. And it was like it was like a fall in slow motion for
Yeah.
about 13 seconds, you know. And I
Oh
finally
my gosh.
pulled out of it like an airplane, right? I didn't crash, and I get up and I yell something adulty, you know.
Yeah.
And I turned around and guess who's behind me? Miss McClintock is right behind me. And she's like, I thought you were gonna go down. I really did. I thought you were gonna go.
I thought you were gonna bite it.
Man, and I did for like, it felt like forever, and I just wasn't gonna go down, and I pulled out of it, and yeah, it was just the most awkward. I must have looked like a complete crazy person with scrubs swinging, and it was just ridiculous. But who paves
Carlos.
something that much higher than the grass? You're
it
gonna
wasn't an engineer.
you're gonna snap ankles.
No.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
when it snows, all that fills up. You don't know what's what.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
One lawsuit and they would fix it.
Unbelievable.
Right. Exactly. Krista, are you ready for the speed round?
Sure.
Ready or not, sister, it's
Let's go
coming.
with it.
Okay.
Let's go with it.
Was there anything else, Carlos, we wanted to talk about before we did this?
No, it's late, and I don't want to keep you all night, and it was just great seeing you. She has no idea what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Apologize.
Yeah. I was like, hello? Is this thing on? Hello?
Is
Hello?
this thing on?
You know, I still have some moments where my brain kind of goes into like it kind of misfires.
Yeah.
So that must have been it.
Just real
Yeah.
quick. Little ones, bigger ones.
Who, me?
Yeah. Where
Oh,
we at?
they're bigger ones now. They're
Really?
18 and 14.
Oh wow. Boys.
Yeah, like my son was the age that you met me at,
Jeez.
Oh yeah.
ish.
Isn't that crazy?
That's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, my daughter. I think I had the youngest child when I was in school. I think she was 2 when we were in school. She's 20. She'll be 27 in June. Dude, that's crazy. She's older now than I was when we. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then my son was born later that year. The year after, the year we graduated. He just turned 22 last year. So it feels like 3 years, man. But it's been
Oh, it doesn't.
it's been 20 and change, man. That's crazy.
Time flies.
Yeah,
For
definitely.
sure.
Yeah, we definitely got to do a reunion or something, But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Sandy come at you with the
Oh yeah.
the 10.
So yeah, the speed round is just random stuff to get to know you a little better.
Oh, boy.
So the listener, notice I didn't say listeners. The
Plural.
one listener out there.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, thanks. Mom. So hopefully this one person enjoys the speed round, but you answer as quickly as possible, so it's the real answer. You can't fake it because it's so fast.
All right.
Does that make sense? Okay.
How many do we do?
There's just 10.
Oh, 10? Okay.
Yep, and they'll go fast. So, number 1. What would you name your boat if you had a boat?
The slippery slip. I don't know.
That's awesome. What name would you have chosen for yourself besides your real name?
Oh, Rebecca.
Rebecca. Okay. Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Favorite TV show?
God, 6 Feet Under. That was a great one.
All right. What superpower would you have?
Ooh, the superpower to see through with 2 eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Number 6. What is an item you cannot travel without?
Chapstick.
Oh, that's a good one. 7. One food for the rest of your life. What would it be?
Pizza.
Dang. You're quick. 8.
Yeah.
Would you give up TV or social media?
Ooh,
I know, right?
I had this question. Oh God, I don't know.
I know. It's so horrible.
You know what? I would have to say TV.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, me
it's so
too.
hard to get in touch with your friends anymore.
Right. Does YouTube count as social media?
Nah, that's entertainment.
Dang it. Okay. I was going to say, because, I mean, you give up
Well,
TV,
It
you
could
got
be.
YouTube.
You interact with people on
Right?
that.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I could totally get rid of TV as long as I have like YouTube or
Yeah.
something.
I don't even watch
and
television. YouTube that's what I watch 90% of the
That
time.
is your television.
That is my
huh?
television. Yeah.
And number 10, last one, cash or debit card?
Oh, debit card.
Oh, that was number 9. Sorry.
Oh no, it's like bonus round.
The bonus round. Number 10. What language would you speak if you could speak any language?
French.
French. Oh, français. En français. I took it for 5 years, but I can't speak it.
Yeah, that way I could go to Montreal.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
yeah. I love like Canada's cool. I've only been to like Niagara Falls, so it's like English speaking and stuff. But
Close
I
enough.
think it would be cool. Yeah, close enough.
Yeah,
Close enough. It's
yeah.
Canada.
You know.
So Krista, that was the speed round. You passed with flying colors.
Woo!
You made it.
That was exciting.
Thank you so much. Do you have any questions? Is there anything you want to know?
Yeah, actually.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Okay.
No, seriously. Like, what was both of your best moments in your professional careers?
Oh.
I know, and there may be many.
You go first.
Thanks, Carlos.
I'm a gentleman.
I think just the fact that I went to hygiene school, if that makes sense. I mean, because it took me a while after I graduated high school. I got married at 18 and I moved to Virginia, and he was military, and I didn't go to school right away. And then when I did go to school, finally, I started classes like slowly, never knew what I wanted to do. And then when I discovered dental hygiene, I moved back to Missouri. When I discovered dental hygiene, it was like just this moment of epiphany, like this is what you were meant for. So, and here's the thing, like I never took SATs or ACTs because I was scared of those giant standardized tests. But hygiene was perfect for me because we were all in the same thing together. We did all our tests together. We knew exactly what we needed to do and when we needed to do it. We all signed up for the national boards together and blah, blah, blah. If I had to do that on my own, I probably would have procrastinated. And who knows if I would have done it. So just the fact that I went to hygiene school, I graduated, I got a license, I maintained my license. To me, I feel like, and not even like, because before that I was, I packed popcorn boxes at a popcorn factory, and I was a daycare worker. I would, I just had these random jobs. So just being a professional and having a profession, I feel like that's a big accomplishment for me. So,
Absolutely.
so there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it is getting through hygiene school
Mm-hmm.
it's like a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Like they tear you down,
Yeah.
and sometimes they build you back up.
Yeah. I remember telling some of our classmates, I'm like, dude, don't let them see you cry. Don't let them see that they broke you. Go
I
outside,
think that
walk
was
it off.
normal, a normal saying.
At one point, everybody had tears in their eyes.
At
They
one point or
try to
another.
break you down.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
everybody had their tests.
That's
You know?
another show.
Yeah. It's a totally different direction we're going in. Well, one of my best moments is those patients where you come back and they quote something that you said that you don't remember saying. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was with my wife. We were at a Waffle House, right? Because we like to eat out, classy. Okay. And there's a gentleman working there, young guy, maybe 23, 24 years old. And he looks at me, right? And he's just staring at me. He's a real tall guy. And he goes, "You a dentist, right?" No, I'm a hygienist. I work in a dental office. I mean, why? What's up? He goes, "I remember you. You worked with me when I was a kid."
Oh, wow.
And he goes, and maybe 16, 17, something like that, right? And then he goes, "I remember you told me that if I didn't start brushing and flossing, right, I was going to get gum disease, and they were going to have to do a gingivectomy and cut my gums." And I go, "Jesus, did I say that?" You know what I mean? And my wife looks at me. She's like, "Did you say that?" I'm like, "I don't know. I may have.
Like,
you know,
probably.
I don't know. It depends if he had an attitude or not. You know what I mean?" And he goes, "I just want you to know, dude, ever since that day, I've been brushing and flossing every day, and because I don't want my gums being cut on."
There you go.
And he's sitting there smiling in the middle, behind the counter at Waffle House, and everybody's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay." And I was just like, wow. And that's the moment when I realized, I'm like, the words that you say and the things that you do for people sometimes have such a way deeper meaning than what even we're aware about, if that makes any sense.
Right. Yeah.
Like those young people that you're talking to, Christa, they're going to say, "Well, I remember Mrs. C was saying something about X, Y, and Z, and I'll never forget this story or this anecdotal story," or something that you just say in passing that just clicks and lights a fire in somebody. And so I think that words are powerful, and you just gotta be careful how you throw them out, because you don't want to say something negative. You always I always try to say something positive and then kind of ease in the negative. You know what I'm saying? Your teeth look great.
It's called isn't it a
you can floss a little bit better.
Is it a positive or a negative sandwich or something? Like you start with positive, you put the negative, and then you end with a positive or something
there you
like
go.
that?
Yeah, you ease the blow. I use the analogy of just wrapping a baseball bat with a pillow. You know what I mean? You're still hitting them, but it doesn't hurt as bad. You know what I mean? And I don't know. So just
and it doesn't leave bruises, right?
You know, what baseball bat? I don't know what you're talking about. So I don't know. I think that when you can teach by just doing a good job, I think it just makes there's definitely job satisfaction in doing what we do. Or when somebody comes in 6 months later and their hygiene is like, "Oh my God, what'd you do different?" "Oh, I bought that brush you told me about," or I started flossing, or whatever the case may be. Or just small steps. So that's the best part for me. But the day-to-day kind of gets old. You know, I'm just getting old, is what it is.
You'll make it. You'll make it.
I'll be
Carlos.
okay. I'll be all right.
Just hang in there.
You know. I don't know. Was that good enough?
Yeah.
Did I answer?
You know what? I think it's just making an impact.
I think so.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, we're not put on this earth to just do things for ourselves. I feel like we're connected with each other, and it's a waste if we don't share our gifts, our positive attitudes, and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think you're right.
My students don't make mistakes. They don't.
Oh.
Because they're learning.
Right.
It's not
yeah.
Until you learn that it's wrong.
Right. It's a learning opportunity.
Yeah.
Not a mistake. Yeah.
You don't apologize. Cool. Just don't make the same mistake twice. You know.
The next time you're gonna get smacked.
Next time, we're gonna have problems.
Right.
But anyway.
Well, they're learning that.
Right. Make your mistakes here so you don't make them out there.
That's a safe space.
Or your
to
learning
do it
opportunities.
Right. This is your safe space, and this is where you learn to be the professional that I know you can be.
Yes.
Well
Agreed.
said.
It sounds like you're a great instructor, and they should be happy to have you there.
I think in the end they will be.
Yeah.
They'll realize it.
One day.
I tell people, I go, "Look, I don't need to be your best friend, but you're paying me to clean your teeth. You don't need to be their best friend. You just need to teach them what they need to know, and that's why you're there. So they'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be okay.
Yeah. I don't mind tutoring if you show up for class and participate. I don't mind tutoring.
I don't want to keep you too much longer.
Oh my gosh, I could do this for like 2 hours.
I don't know if I could.
I don't know. Yeah, I still got to pack, guys. So.
Oh yeah.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Phoenix. Going to Phonics.
Phonics.
Yeah.
Yes. Say it right, Carlos.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. gonna be big stuff. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
I'm taking a speaking
I want to
course.
hear all about it when you get back.
Sure, definitely. I'll be posting. And,
I'll be posting.
I'll be following.
All right, guys. Listen, thank you,
Yeah.
Krista, Sandy.
Yeah, thank you, Krista.
Thank you.
It was a
nice to
pleasure.
meet you.
You
Yeah,
guys
you too.
have a great night, okay?
You too.
Thank you. Talk to you soon. This will come out Friday,
Yeah.
noonish. I'll tag you.
Noonish.
Noonish. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Carlos, we gotta fire some off real quick though.
All right. Go for it. What do you got?
What's this?
Oh, so we're playing Battleship. He has a board where he is. I have a board here, and we're playing Battleship. And I grabbed a red one because I know this is gonna be a hit, and I'm gonna go with C3.
Hit.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. This
The-
game has been going on for what, 4 episodes?
at least.
Yeah, we need to get it done.
How about
And he's beaten me, but
J3?
J3. That's a miss, buddy.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
we're just crazy. We do just crazy things. But Krista, it was a
love
pleasure
it.
having you. This was episode 19, so we are like almost to a quarter of 100.
We're getting there. Almost at a
We're
fifth.
getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
You
Great
know.
job. Well, I will share it when it comes out. That's for sure.
Awesome.
Awesome. And we should have you on again at some point to prove that we can have a second interview with people.
Oh, I have more stories. Don't worry.
Yes.
I got
See,
plenty.
Carlos, I think she's gonna come back. Just don't scare her off.
I'm not. Hey, didn't I say this to Carlos? I'm not just a Cyclops. I'm also bionic too.
Oh my gosh. That is just. Well, you said it, not me.
I know.
You are too
We'll
funny.
talk about that next episode.
There we go.
All
We'll
right.
save that to
Awesome.
be
Awesome.
continued.
Part
All right.
2.
Guys, be good. Take care.
Go
Don't forget
floss
to go
yourselves.
floss yourselves.
Night, guys.
Night.